Hello, and happy Monday, everyone. I hope you're all having a beautiful day and a beautiful start to your week. I am excited because today is going to be the first Poké Market Monday of 2022, and I am very excited for what we have prepared today. We got Susan in the chat. We got Poké Machine in the chat saying woo woo. We got Ren and Friends in the chat already saying hello, and dropping some fire. And Poké Machine, I am also very excited to show you something that we are going to be featuring on a future mail time, but I've been listening to your chats and your comments, buddy, and there was a line that you love to say and you like to get me to say. And can you guess what it is? Do you know what is the line that you often type in the chat and try and get me to say? And I love to say it, but I'm very, very much looking forward to saying it on not today. I'll reveal it today, but when it arrives, everyone drop that like button, says Poké Machine. Ruth Pokemon also in the chat saying, yo, Ren and Friends throwing the shakas. Let's go. Love to see that as well. Ruben's in the chat saying, what is up? What is up, Ruben? Susan saying, whoop, whoop. Let's go. Ready to learn about the top 10 Pokemon cards released in 2021. And yes, there he goes. Poké Machine is saying it. Breakpoint. Absolutely. So we are going to drop it over into the display, and I'm going to show y'all an auction. This is an auction that I had been eyeing for a couple days now, actually a little over a week. And last night I was able to snipe it, and I picked up 30 blister packs. Sealed blister packs of XY Breakpoint. So it's already been shipped. I'm looking forward to when it does arrive, but on a future mail day, might be next Tuesday, might be the Tuesday after, depends on when it arrives, we'll be opening up almost an entire booster box worth of Breakpoint packs. So a booster box is typically like $450 of Breakpoint that I see online on eBay, and I see ETBs, which just contain 8 packs for $200. So I'm very, very excited about this listing at $150, 30 packs of Breakpoint. I think is going to be super, super exciting to open up. And Poké Machine, I have heard you say before that you have not yet received some mail from me, so you will be receiving some of these cards from Breakpoint. So make sure to let me know. Let me know what cards from the set you are interested in, and if we could pull them, would be super, super awesome if we could send them to you. I'm going to go over into the Poké Collector and show a little preview for some of the cards in the set, because there's some really, really cool cards in Breakpoint. And that was like the tipping point where I was like, okay, this is more than just a meme. I think I would actually really like to open up this set and see what we could get. So I'm hoping Poké Collector will cooperate and we can show all the sets, because there's some awesome chase cards in there. Jedi Master Squirtle says, that crazy SOB finally did it. Susan says, oh, wow, that's the one you were talking about. Yes, Ruth Pokemon said he did it. Yes, we pulled the trigger. We sniped some Breakpoint. So does Breakpoint count as vintage? It's in the XY era. I'd say it's in the in-between. I don't want to spend too much of attention on the uncommons and the commons, because that's the bulk of what we'll be seeing when we open, and will be a lot of fun. But there's some really, really cool full art cards. So some of the chase cards here, like the Scizor EX, the Mega Gyarados EX, Espeon EX, Ho-Oh EX, and this Gyarados Red EX. Super sick. So this would be an awesome pull. The Mega Gyarados EX would be a super sick pull. Y'all know I love me some Espeons, my favorite evolution. So the full art Espeon EX would be super sick. I do love my Gen 2, so the legendary Ho-Oh EX. But how about this card? This card is so, so sick. When I saw this one, I was like, oh man, what if we opened up this? The red Gyarados from Lake of Rage, but then you've also got there the Greninja and the Manaphy. This is a super, super sick card. Poké Machine, let's go. Someone finally got it. LOL. Yes, Poké Machine. I want to deliver. I want to deliver what the chat wants to see. So I've been hearing you, buddy. I've been hearing you. Rena Carter says, stopping by quick to say hi and leave a like. Thank you, Rena Carter. Working on your Dragonite drawing, so catch you later. Thank you, Rena Carter, and I am so psyched to see that. I saw the Max VMAX plays, Mimikyu, and the Snorlax, and those were fantastic artworks. So definitely looking forward to the Dragonite, and hope you're having a beautiful day, Rena. We got Rev Scoot is also in the chat saying, happy Monday, everyone. Yo, let's go, Rev. Happy to see you, my guy. How are you doing today? Normally on these Poké Market Mondays, I like to do the PowerPoint first, and then we do the openings. But I think for this one, the main attraction is going to be the PowerPoint. So I'm going to do some packs first, because I want to give it some more time for people to come into the chat. Susan says, oh, look at those beauties. Yes, they are going to be awesome to open up. Yo, we got Uncle Rico is in the chat. What is up, family? Yo, it is awesome to see you, Uncle Rico. Pokebronx 718 NYC is in the chat. How are you doing, my guy? I am happy to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. Poké Machine says, when I was little, my uncle gave me his old Breakpoint set before he passed away a few weeks later, so Breakpoint will always be in my heart. I need about 30 more cards to finish the set, baby. Oh my gosh, Poké Machine! That is incredible! That is an awesome story. I did not know that. That is such an... thank you so much for sharing that story. Well, you'll have to let me know what are those 30 cards, and hopefully we can pull them for you, and I would definitely love to send them to you and help complete that set. That would be so awesome, Poké Machine, and thank you for sharing that. Oh my gosh, I am even more pumped up for the Breakpoint opening. Yo, we got another legend, Alice Isles, in the chat saying, hey, my loves, I am here dropping the hearts. Hey, Alice, how are you doing? Happy to see ya. Happy Monday to ya. And oh my gosh, look at this. We're already getting a hit as Alice is coming in. The Espeon V Max. Let's go. I was just talking about how that's my favorite evolution, and there we pull it already. That is awesome. This one is for sure going into the giveaway pile. And I got to show that off. I got to show off what we've already opened up from this box so far and what is in the current giveaway pile for the big hits. So, current big hits, we've got some VMAXs like the Inteleon, the Trevenant, and the Duraludon from a past box, but we've got 2 Turffield Stadiums. One of them we've opened up from this very box. We've got 2 Full Art Rayquazas as well. One of them we opened up from this very box, and then we've got a Full Art Glaceon. So this is the start of the giveaway pile so far for when we hit 500 subscribers. But looking forward to seeing if we can add another one today. Alice dropping the positivity. Yes, absolutely. The positivity and the kindness. Love to see it, and great call, Susan. Thanks, everyone. That's the story behind Breakpoint, says Poké Machine. Well, I love it. That was an awesome, awesome story. Jedi Master Squirtle says, hoping we can help you get that master set for Breakpoint, Poké Machine. Yes, absolutely. Elite from Meeks saying, Mr. Manatee, what's going on, baby? Yo, Elite from Meeks, what's going on with you? I am having a beautiful Monday today and hope you are as well. We got Crustle, Switching Cups, Elemental Badge, Roggenrola, Wobbuffet, Hoppip, Swablu, Zorua. Can we get back-to-back hits behind the slack off? No, but we got the non-holo, the Polynesian vibes on the Lilligant. Getting into the third pack now. We're going to do a couple of these packs. I'm thinking like 5 more or so, maybe an 8-batch total, and then we will get into the Poké Market Monday PowerPoint. Alice Isles saying, Wild Bill, hello, I am your #1 fan. Yes, let's go. The one and only sub for Wild Bill. Love to see that, showing her appreciation for the wild man himself. Poké Machine waving hello to Karina. Yes, we got Karina Street in the chat. What is up, you legend? How are you doing? Happy Monday to you, Karina. Hope your week is off to a beautiful start. We got another hit. Let's go. 2 for 3. Yo, the Umbreon, the Gen 2 vibes are rolling in. This is my favorite generation, so love to see it. Let's go. We have the Espeon V Max and now the Umbreon V already. This is a nice card. Love that. And yes, Jedi Master or Squirtle is calling it. I missed it. I should have said it. It's because the Good Luck Gordy was in the pack. Poké Machine says, I'm excited to see your top 10. Let's go. I'm excited to show it off. I did a lot of data collection on this one, so it's going to be a little data heavy. I'm going to say that up front. I ranked the cards based on value for both market price and PSA 10 last sold. Copycat, SQ, Scroll of the Flying Dragon, Teddy Ursa, Cryogonal, Nickit, Dwebble, Rufflet. We got Reverse, woo, Bat, and do we have another hit behind it? No, the Gigalith, the DBZ Gigalith. Shout out to Dragon Ball Dan. It was his birthday yesterday, I believe. Thank you, Alice, for letting me know about that one. Susan says, I'm excited too. Let's go. I am excited as well. Getting into the next pack here. I think this is the 4th. 4 from the back to the front. We got a Fire Energy to start things off. The one and only Poké Machine. Fire Energy, no one like you. And that's awesome about your uncle to do that, says Alice Isles. Love that in the chat. I was born in data. Bring it on, says Wild Bill. Let's go. He was molded by it. Tentacool Reverse. And we got another hit. The hits don't stop. Let's go. Trevenant V Max. Another one for the giveaway pile. 2 V Maxes and a V already in this opening. Oh my gosh, I am feeling the love from Evolving Skies. That is awesome. This booster box is bringing it. They already gave us a full art Rayquaza and a gold. Break out the high noon, says Wild Bill. Yes, he knows I do love those high noons. A little alcoholic beverage. Please drink responsibly. Poké Kid Trainer saying, hey, legends. Hey, Poké Kid Trainer. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday over there on the Eastern Hemisphere. And thank you so much for tuning in. Hope your week is off to a great start. Susan says another giveaway. Speaking of giveaways, actually today on Instagram, I picked up 2 PSA 10 cards. Yes, Susan, the next giveaway is at 500 subscribers. But I picked up 2 PSA 10 cards for a combined total of $135, a really good deal, and I'm looking forward to showing off these PSA 10s. One is a rainbow rare, and one is a shiny gold card of 2 really, really cool Pokemon. So I'm looking forward to when those come in on a future mail day. I'm going to show them off, but those are definitely going to be a subscriber milestone giveaway, because I talk a lot about grading on the channel, so I thought it would be cool to give away some PSA 10s. I know a lot of people give away slabs, but who else is giving away PSA 10s? I think that would be a really, really cool thing, and I'm looking forward to doing it. Behind the Bulldor reverse, we got a Raichu holo. Let's go. The hits don't stop. No way. 10-10 win, says PokeBronx. Yes, I am excited. I am excited to show these off. They are some pretty cool cards, and I think people will appreciate them, and I think it'll just be kind of fun in general to give away some 10 slabs. And they're Pokemon, they're Pokemon too that I would personally collect and want in my personal collection. So they're not just any PSA 10s that I'm buying as well. They're cards that I would be happy to own myself, which I think makes it even cooler to give away. Steel Energy, shout out to the Iron Duck, Savin Brass, Lombre, Full Face Guard, Hypno, Wobbuffet, Love Disc, Dwebble, Hippopotas, Zorua, Reverse, Scraggy, and what do we got? We got the non-holo Shiftry, but no worries. We've got a lot of hits so far. One more pack, and then we were going to get into the PowerPoint. Susan says AlbinoManatee gives the 10s away. Let's go. Yes, Susan, I think that would be a fun thing to do. Poké Kid Trainer says, AlbinoManatee, I'm good over here. I am glad to hear, Poké Kid Trainer. I'm curious, if you could own one card in a PSA 10, what would it be, Poké Kid Trainer? Avalugg, Hoppip, Hitmonchan, Fletchling, Tentacool, Pikachu. Oh, always love to see the Pikachu. That is awesome. We got the reverse Rapid Strike Scroll, the Flying Dragon. Can we get a little last pack magic? What are we going to get? No, the Flapple. Oh my gosh. How fitting is that to end it on the Flapple? Flapple a day keeps the hits away, as I like to say. Or I don't know if I like to say that, but it happens enough that, hey, we got to turn it into a fun thing. But we opened up 4 packs and we got 4 hits. So I think that's pretty good. 2 VMAXs, an Umbreon, and a Raichu. All good cards to add into the giveaway pile. And I think that is time. We said we'd open up our packs and then we'd get into the PowerPoint. So I'm ready to do it because we got Surge is going live at 6 p.m. today. And I want to make sure I can send everyone over to that Surge raid to have a fun stream. So I'm going to switch it on over into the display. We're going to bring up the PowerPoint and I'm going to hit begin slideshow. And we're going to start things off. So I'm beginning, this one is the first Poké Market Monday PowerPoint of the year 2022. It is top 10 Pokemon cards released in 2021. And so how these cards are listed and how I ordered them is based on TCG player market price value, but also a combination of PSA 10 value. And we're going to look at how are those two values correlate. Is there a relationship between the two? And so today is January 3rd here in the United States, 2022. And a little message, appreciate you all. So thank you everyone who is listening and watching, even if you're not listening live. Moving on to some honorable mentions. If you know me with my top 10 lists, I like to include some honorable mentions because I'm super indecisive. So the first honorable mention is going to be the Gold Snorlax from Chilling Reign. And Chilling Reign, while putting together this list, really surprised me with how many cards have had some lasting power, considering this was released earlier on in the year. We had a release date of June 18th, 2021. We're not going to see a lot of cards early on in the year. This is going to be mostly weighted to cards that were released later on in the year. So the illustrator for this was Saki Hayashiro. I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciations of a lot of these names, so heads up of that in advance. Yo, we got Pokeballer Mike saying fashionably late as always. No, you're just on time, my guy. We just started the PowerPoint. Let's go. So I hope you enjoy the information. We've got a market price. We're starting it off. This is going to be the cheapest card on the list so far. This is $77.85 TCG Player market price. But what is the PSA 10 population for this card? We currently have 84 10s are in existence out of 96 submitted. So that means 96 people have submitted a gold Snorlax to PSA for grading purposes, and 84 of them got a 10. That's a pretty high percentage rate, and that's going to be the theme throughout this as well, other than one exception. The last sold PSA 10 for this card is $380, and it was last sold on a 12/31. So one of the nice things to when I was putting together this list too is seeing the frequency at which these cards are sold. The Gold Snorlax, you can tell, is a popular card because it was released all the way in June, and it is still selling frequently all the way up until just a couple days ago. Multiple copies of this card. And then as part of this PowerPoint as well, I'm going to include an image of the exact last sold PSA 10. So this is the exact Snorlax that sold for $380 on December 31st. And one thing that I think is going to be really interesting, take note of this, those of you who are looking in to send some of your cards into PSA 10. Not all of these cards have perfect centering. Right off the bat, I look at the Snorlax and it looks, from my eyes, just eyeballing it, a little off center top to bottom. It's a little bit of a thick bottom, but this card still got a 10. And I want to make a video showing people how to use a grading centering tool, because at least with PSA, you do have a little bit of a leeway on getting those centering grades. They do allow up to 60-40 percentages, and I'll have a separate video where I explain what that means. CGC is more like 50-50, like dead on. So that's why they're a little bit tougher, and same with Beckett. Moving on into the next honorable mention, we've got the first evolution. There's going to be many evolutions on this set. It was released August 27th, one day after my birthday. I know old time Poke, right? He's got an October 26th birthday as well. Pokeballer Mike saying hello to everyone in the chat. Love to see that. Pokebronx saying wow, loving to see that as well. We'll only be listening, have to change phone. No worries, Alice Owls. Thank you for letting me know. We had the illustrator on this is Hyoganosuke, and Hyoganosuke also did the artwork for the Sleepy Boy Tyranitar, the Pikachu promo from the Pikachu 25th Celebrations figure collection, and he also did the stained glass birds, legendary birds from the Hidden Fates ETB. So a lot of cool artwork from Hyoganosuke. Look out for this artist. They are making some really, really striking modern alternate art cards. The market price for this card, a little bit more, $80, and then we have a PSA 10 population, significant drop off compared to the Snorlax and total count, but that's just because this card was only released in August. 26 out of 30, so still a pretty high percentage of cards that are submitted do make the 10 list. That is nice to see on this Leafeon. And last sold, we had two actually sold for $305 and $167 on the same day. And here's the one that's the $305 one. I included this one because it sold for more, but we did have both sales on the same day. But it seems like this isn't a super hugely popular card because the last sold of it was over a month ago, which is pretty crazy to see. But this one is a little bit better centering than that Snorlax that we saw. Next honorable mention is another evolution, this time the Glaceon. Also released in Evolving Skies. The artist for this is Kurosaki, which I don't think I've ever noticed another Kurosaki card before, so I'll have to pay more attention to this artist as well. Market price around the same as the Leafeon at $80.87. PSA 10 population, though, much higher. 37 cards compared to the 26 on the Leafeon. So I wonder why that is. Is this card just a more popular because it's got Pikachu and Eevee on the artwork as well? Meryl and Azumarill? Is the other Pokemon on the artwork of the card itself making it more popular for submission? I don't know, considering they're at a very similar market price. Last sold, though, in between the Leafeon, so I think this is right on the money, and also not as popular as even the Gold Snorlax. So this is hopeful for me as someone who's looking to collect a PSA 10 collection of all of the evolutions. I like to see that even right now, how recently the set was released, the cards are only around $300 for a PSA 10. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, so I'm kind of happy about that, actually. Now, this is the Glaceon as well that's sold, and it looks like pretty good centering. Maybe a little bit fat on the right side here, but pretty good overall. I think this is the last honorable mention, and we're going to have the Moltres V alt art from Chilling Reign. Told you guys, there's a lot of cards here from Chilling Reign that slipped through the radar, that slipped through the cracks when we were opening up the set live on the channel. Release date June 18th. The artist is Shibuzo. Love this artist. Definitely going to have to pay more attention to this artist because this is one of the most striking artworks released in 2021, in my opinion. Curious if other people agree. What's the standard deviation on 10 sales? It depends on card to card, Wild Bill, because some cards like those Leafeon and the Glaceons, only like 6 of them have sold, so there haven't even really been 10 cards. There's not enough to really create an actual standard deviation that could be accurate. Pokeballer Mike saying hashtag Smack Daddy, Umbi, and Flareon all day. Let's go. Pokemachine saying that Leafeon is nice. So market price on this one also around the $80 mark. All these honorable mentions somewhere around the $80 mark. But are we going to see a higher PSA population? And yes, we do. Coming at 50 out of 61. Not as much as the gold Snorlax. So maybe that's just because this card's a little bit rarer than a gold as well. But nice to see an overall high percentage of 10s on this card. Last sold PSA 10, $415 though. So much more expensive than either of the Evolutions, which is kind of surprising to see. I'm surprised to see any VMAX alt art lose out to a V alt art, but especially an Evolution lose out to the Moltres. But you know what? This is a super, super sick artwork. Now, this is the exact 10 that's sold. And you can see here too, really thin on the right side. Really thin on this right side. And even a little thick on the bottom on this picture. We got a fatty left side here. So surprising that this card did make a 10, but this is just an example of you are allowed a little tolerance with PSA. There is a 60-40 tolerance range. So coming in, this is the official start of the top 10. Coming in at number 10, we have the Umbreon V alt art from Evolving Skies. Released August 27th. The artist of that is T0. Market price $81, so first to break the full-on $80 barrier. PSA 10 population 31 out of 40, which is very high, very good. I think we've talked about this in a previous Poké Market Monday, but I think a lot of how easy this card is to grade is because of the dark colors in the card, and especially how much of these Pokemon silhouettes take up the foreground. And then last sold PSA 10, 370 and 318 on 12/20. I was really surprised to see this card lose out against the Moltres V alt art, honestly, in a PSA 10. It beat it in market price just barely, but significantly lower in the PSA 10 last sold price. I was surprised to see that, but still a really, really beautiful card. Pokeballer Mike laughing at Wild Bill and saying Valor Fennekin, hashtag no you're not, LOL. Pokeballer Mike saying JK for the Firefoxes. And Smack Daddy 6. Smack Daddy says, what did you guys think of the Zorora V alt art? I love that card, Smack Daddy. Actually was lucky enough to pull it last week on the channel, and I think it is a really, really beautiful looking artwork. I'm surprised it wasn't valued higher, but maybe it's just because Zorora is not as popular of a Pokemon as some of these others on the list. So moving on next, yes, I think Valor Fennekin. Was it Valor Fennekin or was it Pokemachine who was saying the Sylveon VMAX should be on this list? I think it was Valor Fennekin, but yes, it is coming in at number 9. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a little higher on the list because we see multiple EVs. We got a Vaporeon. There's actually 3 EVs in this artwork. And in person, this artwork is super, super beautiful, but still a good value. We got Tyra Akutsu as the artist on this one. $86 on the market price. A PSA population 21 out of 26. So I think this is the lowest that we've seen so far, even just a total for lowest submitted. So I wonder what that is all about. If you can get this card in a 10, 21 is a really low population for a 10. That would be a really nice piece of a card to have in a personal collection. And then looking at the last sold PSA 10 price, it had sold recently, but it's around that $300 mark. So it's looking like the majority of these Evolution VMAX alt arts are around $300 for PSA 10. I'm looking to see how much that value holds. I think it will hold for a while. And then I'm curious to see how the promos from the Evolution Premium Collection boxes are going to compare to these prices in a PSA 10. Because promos are notoriously hard to grade. More on that later in the list. Coming in, and this is the Sylveon that sold for $301 here. Pretty good centering on this one. Maybe a little fat on the right side here comparatively, but it could also just be the angle of the photo. Now, coming in at number 8, we have the Mew VMAX Alt Art, the first card from Fusion Strike. I was not a big fan of this card, honestly, seeing it 2D digitally, but I think seeing it in person, it's going to stand out to me more one day when I do get to see it. It's illustrated by Akira Igawa. Market price $91.76. PSA 10 population, 19 out of 31. So this is right here the lowest card yet. If that's a 10, mine's a 10, says Wild Bill. Exactly. That's actually one of the things that I was thinking about when I was looking at that PSA 10, Wild Bill. I was like, yo, the one you have is like literally exactly like that. So maybe we don't send that card to CGC. Maybe that card ends up just going straight to PSA, and you could end up being the 22nd Sylveon VMAX 10, which would be really cool. But moving on into the Mew VMAX, PSA 10 population 19 out of 23, the lowest one yet. And one thing that I found here is there's definitely a correlation between PSA price and PSA population, because we have a whopping $600 PSA 10 last sold on this card. And now that could be an outlier, but it's really not. Honestly, I looked at a lot of the other listings and they're around the same price for this card. This card in a PSA 10 is selling really, really high. And I wonder if it's because of the low population here. And I did notice when looking at the data, there was a relationship that did exist between PSA population and last sold value, which makes sense, supply and demand. Coming in, and then here is the Mew itself. That was the one that sold on 12/20 for $600. And this one actually, I know it's a bad angle, but this one looks pretty clean, especially compared to some of the other cards that we've seen on the list. $600, nice bro, says Poké Machine. Absolutely. Daniel Galindo says it's a beauty in person. Oh, Daniel, sounds like you might have pulled this one. That is awesome. Shout out to you, buddy. Did you pull this one, or did you have you just seen someone else pull it? Glalie Games is in the chat, says I'm late, got a rewatch. Let's go, Glalie Games. Happy to see you. Happy Monday to you. Jimmy D in the chat as well. I think it has to do with the expensive send-in PSA price. Yes, that could be a factor as well. But a lot of these cards we're going to see here, we're going to see some other Fusion Strike cards. They're not that close to the $600 value. So I'm curious why the Mew VMAX stands out amongst some of the others. And we're going to see that when we get into the graphs. Daniel saying, yup, pulled it. Yo, that is sick. That is awesome, Daniel. Congrats. That is a fire pull. Any of these cards would be sick to have, any of these top 10 released in 2021. But coming in at lucky number 7, we got my favorite evolution, the Espeon VMAX Alt Art, another Fusion Strike card. Release date November 12th. Illustrator Kuki Sato. I know I butchered that pronunciation. $94.75 for the market price. So more than the Mew. PSA 10 population, 21 out of 26, pretty low, but it's going to be around that $300 mark that we've seen pretty consistently for the other Evolution VMAXs. So if you're looking at collecting an entire set, PSA 10 of all these Evolution VMAXs, I think it would be pretty safe to average out $300, at least right now, for each of these cards. You could potentially snipe it for lower value in an auction like this one was here, but you'd have to get really, really lucky, I think. So here's a copy. This is the $335 one that sold, and this is a beautiful one. The centering looks perfect top to bottom, left to right. I am jealous of the owner of this card, and I'm especially jealous of the person who swiped up a PSA 10 for $182. That is a bargain. Woo! That is a deal. That is definitely a worthy purchase right there. Is Umbreon VMAX Alt Art going to tease me on this list? Haha. Oh, Jimmy D, you already know the Umbreon VMAX is on the list. While Bill says, I'm going to judge you on formatting, Albino. Let's go. Give it to me. Lay it on me. Glalie Game says, was just at the card store and found a new set of the Pokemon Battle on Desk figures like the one you got me. Oh, that's sick. A new set. That is awesome. What Pokemon do they feature in it, Glalie Games? And so now coming in at number 6, another Chilling Rain card. This one really surprised me with how high it was up on the list. Released June 18th. The illustrator of this one is Shigenori Negishi. And if you're not familiar with Shigenori Negishi, he likes to do a lot of artworks of Pokemon with butt faces, where he draws actual butts, like Panda Boba from Star Wars A New Hope from the Cantina scene, if anyone's familiar with that. The guy who gets his arm chopped off by Obi-Wan, he's got the butt face, or like Pincurchin. Shigenori Negishi loves to do that on his cards. Kind of surprised he didn't do it on this one, but super, super fun artwork on this one. Looks like it's the Tower of Waters right here with the Inteleons doing some like Kung Fu Tai Chi up top. Love this artwork. Super, super cool. Coming in market price, almost $100. Super, super close to crossing that $100 barrier at $99.98. PSA 10 population 61 out of 79, and last sold a whopping $456. So we're seeing the Moltres and the Blaziken in PSA 10s are holding value really, really strong. I'm actually shocked to see that the Blaziken and even the Snorlax, the gold Snorlax, doing better value in PSA 10s than the Evolutions. Now, market price, the Evolutions are really strong and consistent. So if you're not planning on grading and flipping and you just want to open up and sell the raw cards, then Evolutions Evolving Sky is definitely the way to go. And I will say with a caveat, if you're trying to make money off of Pokemon, stop. You're not really gonna do it. But if you want to have fun and just be a little bit conscious along the way of how much money you're spending on your collection along the way, then that's kind of my advice. And here is the Blaziken that's sold as a PSA 10 for $456. Pretty clean on this one. Maybe a little thick on the right. Maybe a little, I think that's within tolerance. This is definitely a 10-worthy card. And now, Old Time Poke is going to be happy to see this one. And Wild Bill, the Gengar VMAX. We're at the halfway point on the list, coming in at number 5. The Gengar from Fusion Strike. A lot of Fusion Strike cards coming in, making up the bulk majority middle of the list here. Released November 12th. The illustrator is Sao Sao. Keep an eye on Sao Sao. Sao Sao, I was talking about this with Glalie Games the other day in Discord, is like, and he said this actually, is like a modern, more controlled Kamiya. So shout out to Glalie Games for that comment. Definitely looking at Sao Sao. Some beautiful artwork. Sao Sao also did the alternate art Espeon V from Evolving Skies. Hopefully one day I could pull that card. Market price, first one at the halfway mark here on the list. We are crossing over the $100 TCG player market price at $106 on this Gengar VMAX. So really nice to see that. PSA 10 population, 26 out of 33. And what are we going to get on the last sold? Is it going to be higher than an Evolution? Yes, it is. $430. So like Jimmy D said, the recent Fusion Strike card's a little bit more expensive because you're having to pay that premium $100 or $150 express fee to get those cards graded. So people are trying to get more return on that when they're trying to sell these cards as well. But hey, really nice value on this Gengar VMAX, and I'm curious to see how long this above $400 price will hold. I don't think too long, actually. I think give it a couple months, and I think this card will be $300, maybe even $200 in a PSA 10. Smack Daddy said, I'm not a fan of Fusion Strike at all, except for the Espeon. I do love that Espeon. I'm curious, Smack Daddy, what set are you a fan of? Pokeballer Mike said, who's Glalie? Glalie? Who's Glalie? That's Vito. That's Glalie Games. Jimmy D says, I have pulled 4 of those, no joke. Oh my gosh, you got to get that graded then, my guy. Chase the black label like for BGS like Pokeballer Mike is saying. And then here is the Gengar here that did get the 10. I think this one is pretty even. I mean, maybe you could be, no, I think this is pretty even left to right, top to bottom, especially top to bottom. That's good centering there. Maybe arguably you could even say a little thin on the bottom, maybe a little thin, but left to right, it looks pretty decent. So overall, solid 10 here on this one. Coming in at number 4, I think you all knew the Charizard was going to show up on the list, but when was it going to show up on the list? I was surprised to see it at number 4. I thought it was going to be a little higher, but we're going to see one of the most shocking statistic values coming up on this page. So release date February 19th. This is the earliest release card on the list. Illustrated by AKCG Works. We've got a market price still holding strong at a whopping $130 raw for this card. But I'm curious, actually. I'm not going to move to the next part. What do y'all think is the over and under for how many Charizards have been submitted to PSA? How many Charizards do you think have been submitted to PSA? I want to see some guesses in the chat before I show the next one, which is going to be the population. Pokeballer Mike saying Glalie Games. Oh, dang, my bad, bro. Just subbed your channel. Can't wait to check out the content. Oh, my gosh. I hear you like to do long live streams where you draw Pokemons. Let's go. I'll have to check out the art streams from Glalie Games sometimes, Pokeballer Mike. That sounds like a lot of fun. Valor Fennekin dropping the Firefoxes. Jedi Master Squirtle saying 120. Jedi Master Squirtle, you're going to have to add at least a 0 to that. You're going to have to add at least a 0 to that. So everyone that's in the 100s, you're going to have to bump it up. You're going to have to bump it up because we have got an absolute whopping 3,144 Charizard VMAXs have been submitted to PSA 10. So if you're wondering, if you're thinking about submitting your Charizard into PSA 10, you better dang hope that thing is immaculate because you're going to be competing up against over 3,000 other Charizards. There are 2,656 Charizard PSA 10 population out there in the world. I actually could not believe it when I saw that. I absolutely could not believe it. Autopilot Gaming coming in saying, "What's up, AlbinoManatee? How you doing, bud?" I'm just freaking out over the population of Charizards that were submitted. I would have guessed, I don't think I would have guessed more than 500 when I was putting together this list. I am shocked to see. Yeah, Mike was the closest with the 1.5K. Definitely. Mike was closest. But I could not believe it. 3,000 of them. And let's see what the PSA 10 is selling for. Last sold, $444. So for pretty much every other card on this list, the rule of thumb is usually that the PSA population determines the last sold PSA 10 price on it. But the Charizard is the rule breaker. There's always got to be a rule breaker, and in classic fashion, Charizard is it. Absolutely beautiful card. So if you can still get your Charizard in a 10 condition, it is still worth it to grade. It's just, you got to hope that thing is absolutely perfect because everybody and their mother has submitted a PSA 10, what they think at least Charizard to PSA. Now coming in at number 3, we've got another Charizard, the special delivery Bidoof Charizard. But actually, I'm going to flip it right back here real quick to show off this one. So here's it. If you're wondering what a PSA 10 Charizard does look like, here's a picture of one. And here you can see thinner on the right side there in the bottom. So a little bit of leeway. You do get a little bit of a leeway on the Charizard, I will say. But coming in at number 3, we have the special delivery Bidoof Charizard. That's what I'm calling it, but it's really the Bidoof promo. But I know Callus tuning in all the way from Portugal, the Gene Main, the king of Bidoofs, is going to be happy to see that a Bidoof actually in 2021 made the top 3 of all Pokemon cards. How crazy is that? Technically, it's a Bidoof card. I know Charizard is the artwork, but I think that is awesome, and we're going to see a little bit of why. So released August 19th on Bidoof Day. Illustrated and directed. So this is the only card that I've seen that doesn't say illustrated. It says illustrated and directed by the Pokemon Company art team. So I think that's really interesting. Maybe it's because it's like a collaborative effort. Market price, $162.77. That's because to get this card, it was released through a code. You had to complete a survey ahead of time. Tell the Pokemon Company that you'd even be interested in receiving this card, and only then, randomly, some people were given it if they then bought something from the Pokemon Center website. So a lot of hoops you had to jump through to get this card. That's why it's so expensive, even at market price. But check out the PSA 10 population. Oh my gosh, this card got massacred. 138 people have submitted a special delivery Bidoof, and only 46 of them, barely a third of them, barely 33% of them got a PSA 10. So what is the takeaway from this? It is extremely, extremely hard to grade promos in a PSA 10. Really, really hard on the promos because of the packaging that they send them in. The last sold, though, PSA 10, $602 $0.51. And very recently, this card is consistently selling at a PSA 10 for around $100 or $600, so around $600. So very, very good value if you can get that 10. I don't know if this one is necessarily worth chasing. And even I'm looking at this card, this looks like a little shifted. I don't know if it's just because of the angle, but here you can see it's a little thinner than here. It's thicker. So wow, surprised to see it get a 10, but that just might be because of how rough these promos are, that if this is the cream of the crop. I might grade mine one day, says Nathan Brown. Oh, let's go. You got one, Nathan Brown. That is sick. How are you doing? Happy Monday to you, Nathan Brown. And we got Phil is in the chat saying, did I hear Portugal? Yes. Shouting out Callus. I didn't know. Phil, are you tuning in from Portugal as well? Shout out to you, Phil, as well, and hope you're having a beautiful day. They ship those like they came out a cereal box, LOL. Yes, Jimmy D. They come in just like a plastic wrapper with like no protection on them. So a lot of them get banged up even just in the shipping. But now coming in at number 2 on the list, we've got the Ray VMAX Alt Art from Evolving Skies. Super, super sick card. Absolute chase card here for a ton of people. Anisaki Dynamic is the illustrator on it. Market price $163. PSA 10 population 267 cards. Wow. Wow, that is shocking to see. So many cards submitted. 321 submitted for this Rayquaza VMAX. So that shows you the popularity of the Rayquaza. People are pulling this Rayquaza, and when they're pulling it, they know this is a valuable card, and they're sending it in to get graded. The last sold close to $600, so not exactly $600, but $570 on December 12th, 2021. $570, a little thick on the bottom, if I might say so, but left and right, pretty good here. Overall, decent 10. Definitely would be happy to own this card. Pokemachine says so many 10s. Jimmy D says, yes, I had 3 and want to trade for an Umbreon at this point. Hit me up, ha ha ha, says Jimmy D. Oh, wow. Are you talking about the Rayquaza VMAX? That would be awesome. Or are you talking about the special delivery Bidoof? I'm sure someone would be interested, but maybe not after they see number 1 on the list. Maybe you might have to add something to sweeten up the deal, because coming in at number 1, the number 1 card released in 2021, the Umbreon VMAX Alternate Art, which was a Christmas present that I received from Ryan Miller, and I have already sent mine off to PSA 10. I'm saying PSA 10 already. I'm jumping the gun here. I'm counting my chickens before the eggs hatch, but I've already shipped off my Umbreon VMAX Alt Art that Ryan Miller was kind enough to give to me as a Christmas present. It's already shipped off to PSA, and I am anxiously awaiting what we get back on the Umbreon. I am very, very excited to see, and of course, I will be revealing that when we get it live with you all on a future Mail Day stream. So, illustrated by Kiichiro Ito. Fantastic artwork of the Kiichiro Ito. I'm going to have to look at this artist more because they absolutely nailed this Umbreon. I love the artwork as it's reaching for the moon. Just moon. So beautiful. The night sky in the background, the beach in the background, just all around. What a beautiful, beautiful card. Not surprised that this is number 1 on the list. Market price, $189. So the highest market price. PSA 10 population, not as many of these submitted as the Rayquaza, but still a lot higher than a lot of the other cards that we've seen. Over 200 submitted, over 250 submitted, with 217 getting 10s on that. And last sold, highest one, $680. This card was pretty frequently, too, selling at $700 throughout the month of December. Wild Bill saying bonus content. Absolutely, Wild Bill. There will be some bonus content. And we got we got Max VMAX Plays. Panda's in the chat as well. Let's go, Panda. Hope you're doing a happy Monday. 25 in the chat. Got to do a 5-hour stream now. AlbinoManatee says Pokeballer Mike. I got to send everyone over to Surge. He's going live at 6 p.m. What's up, Mac? Go, says a Panda. Love to see that in the chat. Pokeballer Mike says 30 likes. Oh, can we get it, or did we already hit it? So number 1 is the Umbreon VMAX 2. I don't think anyone was surprised by that one, but maybe some were. But I also wanted to include on this one so also here is a picture of the Umbreon that was sold for $680. But I wanted to include some conclusions. So for my past list, I just had the top 10, but I want to include some of my more thoughts. So some of my conclusions from looking at the data: best set of the year, Evolving Skies. 4 out of the top 10 cards was from Evolving Skies. So if you want something hype, I would recommend personally Evolving Skies to open up. I think if you're going to open up any set from 2021, if you're going to save sealed product from any set from 2021, my recommendation personally would be Evolving Skies. I think sets that aren't going to hold value would be Celebration. So I know my Faja yesterday was saying, are you going to talk about what's going to go up, what's going to go down? Evolving Skies going up, Celebrations going down is my prediction for 2021. And same with, honestly, Shining Fates. Shining Fates, I also think, will be going down because they're continuing to reprint it. Pokemon Winner of the Year, Evolutions. Like Evolving Skies, 4 out of the top 10 cards were Evolutions, because we also had the Espeon VMAX from Fusion Strike. So happy to see that. I'm a big fan of the Evolutions, so super stoked to see them coming in super strong, performing throughout the year. Most surprising stat for me personally was the 3,144 Shiny Charizard VMAX submitted to PSA. That was really, really shocking for me to see, and I'm curious to see how many of the alt art Charizard that gets released in Brilliant Stars is going to get submitted. Probably close to 3,000. Then Key Trend. Key trend, I would say alt arts dominated 2021 and expect to see even more in 2022. We've already seen this start with the character rares in Brilliant Star and some of the future sets, but I think they started it with Battle Styles, they cranked it up with Chilling Reign, then they turned it up an even further notch with Evolving Skies, and then Fusion Strike was just pretty much all the leftover alternate art. So I think Pokemon Company has taken the hint. They probably looked at similar data themselves, and if you want to see all of the data from today's PowerPoint all in one chart here together, I did put it together in one list for kind of ease of viewing pleasure. You can see all the data collected here together, and then I put for each card here in the top 10 and all the honorable mentions the percentage of PSA 10s that we have per cards submitted. So the lowest one here is that special delivery Bidoof at 33%. But what is our highest? Our highest is the Glaceon VMAX and the Gold Snorlax at 88%. So pretty cool to see on those cards. And pretty consistently, it's around 80% of the cards, for the most part, that get submitted to PSA 10 get a PSA 10. So I was really surprised to see that as well. But now we got some graphs. So I want to talk about some of the relationships. So here we have a graph of market price by Pokemon. No surprise, it's in the list of, least to most expensive. But we see a very similar trend in PSA 10 last sold price. Yes, there was an exception. There's an exception with the Mew VMAX that we talked about earlier. But for the most part, the trend almost identical between the two. And you see that demonstrated here in this graph with market price and PSA 10 appear highly correlated. And what that basically means is that the higher the market price, usually the higher the PSA 10 last sold price, which I don't think it's surprising to reveal that, but it's nice to at least confirm that hypothesis. One other pretty cool trend is that PSA 10 population appears determined by market price. And what that means generally is that the higher the market price, the more likely someone is to send a card in to PSA for that 10. And you see that over here on the graph, cards like the Umbreon, cards like the Rayquaza, where they were much higher market price, and so we saw much higher amount of submissions and much higher populations of PSA 10s. And all the way the line is going all the way up here, because that is the Charizard pulling this correlation way high up there into the top. I did remove it for the purposes of this graph, though, just not to skew the data too much. And then I wanted to just put this information just in the same graph as well together on one slide here. So in the darker green, we have the PSA 10 last sold price, and then the lighter green here, we have the market price, just showing it's a pretty same correlation between the two across all of the Pokemon. And now the last one that I wanted to do is just a little graph of all of the percentage of PSA 10 populations by Pokemon. And it generally shows, though, that as the cards get rarer, there is a less and less population of 10s. And that's pretty much skewed mostly by that special delivery Bidoof. I probably should have omitted that one and seen what the trend looked like without that, but I think it would still be roughly along the same way. And so also, sources, I will be updating the description of the video to include all of these sources. So if you want to see any of these, all of these links, if you click on them, is going to take you to PSA's marketplace, their database, and it's going to have a record of every single population for all of these cards, and also a record of all of the auctions where those PSA 10 cards were sold. And it's going to include pictures. So something that I really like to do with this information sometimes is, if you're thinking about submitting cards to PSA 10, you can look at the previously sold auctions, see actual pictures of actually graded PSA 10 cards, and compare yours to those. And my last slide, I include questions, but it's been a pretty long one on this one, so I think we're going to get straight into the bonus content on this one. I hope everyone did enjoy it, and while we're doing bonus content, we can answer any questions, because I want to make sure I send everyone over onto Surge when he goes live at 6 p.m. today in like 10 minutes. So I hope everyone enjoyed the PowerPoint. And now I'm going to drop things over into the card cam. Let's do it. Card cam, let's grab some more packs and see if we can get another hit. We're going to go on into Surge Start Streaming. And I will also, while I'm doing that, pull up Surge's channel and drop a link to his stream so that people can head on in there and we can get started and show Surge a great time. So, all right, I'm going to do 4 more packs, and then we will end today's video. I hope you all enjoyed the information. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. Trying to hit 500 subscribers, and when we do, I will be giving away an entire sealed booster box, so definitely looking forward to giving that away. And then I also, speaking of all of these PSA 10s, I picked up 2 PSA 10 cards today on Instagram. They've already been shipped to me, and I'm looking forward to giving those away as well. Maybe save those for like 600 subscriber milestone. Emolga, reverse single strike scroll of the Fanged Dragon. And what do we got behind it? The Seismitoad. He's popping in. 37 likes on my end. Let's go. Oh, wow. 37 likes. That is awesome. Thank you for letting me know, Sleeping Snorlax. I'm stoked to hear that. Let's go. Smash that big like button, y'all, says Catch 'em All. Thank you, Catch 'em All. I appreciate that. I hope y'all enjoyed. Catch 'em, I just graded your exam. F, bro. Oh, no. Catch 'em failed. Oh no, says Pokeballer Mike. I sent you a vid, Catch 'em. Oh wow, everyone's sending the love to Catch 'em. I love that. Max V Max Plays said he sent a vid to him. I wonder what it is. Sleeping Snorlax says, Catch 'em, that was a cool stream with the Shrek's box, bro. Ooh, I gotta check that out. Catch 'em All 122 says, Wild Bill, dude, thank you so much. Ooh, what is Wild Bill doing now? He just said, yo. We got a reverse copycat. What do we got behind it? The Tropius. Catch 'em All says, I saw it, Panda, in the laughing emojis. Let's go. Max V Max Plays says, Wild Bill, dropping the skull emojis. What is Wild Bill doing? Jedi Master Squirtle says, Wild Bill, I was regaling everyone with your cooking prowess, and now you lay this on me. What did he do? What did Wild Bill do? So I overcooked the brisket yesterday. Sad. Oh, no. No, not the brisket, Wild Bill. 40 likes, says Pokeballer Mike. Let's go. Smash that like with Smash, super effective. Like button has faded. Absolutely. Thank you all for the support. 40 likes. I can't believe it. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it so much. Glad to hear that you all liked the video. Timpole, Psyduck, Eevee, Reverse Raichu. That is a nice hit in the holo. Galarian Articuno. Shout out to Max V Max Plays. Hashtag no face. Let's go. And we got last pack. Can we get a little last pack magic before the Surge stream starts up? What are we going to get from Evolving Skies? One more pack to go. But I'm already happy we got some good hits earlier. 40 likes, bonus content, says Poké Machine. Oh my gosh, Poké Machine. I I cannot wait for that breakpoint opening. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Reverse Tentacool. We can't end it on the wishy-washy. We can't end it on the wishy-washy. We gotta do more bonus content. I'm grabbing more packs. We're not stopping. Hunter Alexander says, yo, let's go. Says he opened the 3-pack blister and got some great cards in them. I can't wait to add them to my personal collection. Hunter Alexander, I am stoked to hear that. Let's go. Hunter Alexander, what did you get? That is awesome. I'm glad the luck could come through for you. Pokeballer Mike says, Cardinal Sin number 1, never burn the brisket. Absolutely. That is a good rule to live by. Rombre, Scrafty, Cryogonal, Petalil, Bergmite, Drowsy, Scraggy, Applin, Reverse. What do we got? Can we get something more than the Applin? We got the Gorgeist. No, we're not stopping. Sylveon, let's go. Jedi Master Squirtle says, I hate wishy-washy. Well, we don't hate wishy-washy, but we want more than a wishy-washy to end things on. Congrats, Hunter Alexander, says Skylar TCG. Let's go. Love to see the positivity, the kindness, and the positivity in the chat from Skylar TCG. Hope you're having an amazing day, my friend. Petalil, Pikachu, nice to see the Pikachu. Pumpkaboo, Rufflet, Lotad, Reverse, Ribombi. What do we got? We got a V. Is it a Glaceon? No, it's the Arctovish. Pokeballer Mike says breakpoint, the eye emoji, and then the milk. Yes, I got to show you again since we got some new folks in the chat. I'll pull it up. For those that didn't see, I've been eyeing this auction for over a week. I've been eyeing this 30 sealed blister packs, complete art set, all the different art sets, 30 blister packs of Breakpoint. And I sniped it for $150. I gotta be honest, had to pat myself on the back on this one, because normally ETBs are like $200. Booster boxes, 36 packs are like $450. So super stoked about this Breakpoint snag, and I'm looking forward to opening up these 30 packs of Breakpoint, and hopefully from them we can get some of the last 30 cards that Pokemachine needs for the set that was gifted to him by his uncle. I think that would be super awesome if we could do. So getting back to the packs, what are we gonna get from the Umbreon? Is the Umbreon gonna deliver the hit? Snipe, says Max V Max Plays. Yes, absolutely. I've been having a lot of fun with eBay auctions lately, snagging some cool things, at least in my opinion, to open up on the stream and give away. Steel Energy, shout out to Savin Brass. Elemental Badge. Pokemachine, you need to change your name to Milk Machine. Yes, he's always trying to get people to drink milk. Maybe one stream, even though I'm lactose intolerant, we'll have to drink milk. Maybe I'll have to do that just for Pokemachine. I got to give the chat the content that they want. Zorua, Reverse Crystal Cave. We need this one in a gold. Are we going to get it? No, it's the Appleton. We've got 3 more packs in the booster box. 3 more minutes until Surge goes live. Let's do it. Let's see what we are going to get before we send that Surge raid over. All right. Getting down to the wire. 3 packs left in the booster box. Fighting Energy. That is the good luck charm of the channel. I like to see it. It was fun hearing you at the Discord call, says Valor Fedekid. Thank you. I had an awesome time hanging out in the Discord call. Definitely got to do that more often. It was a ton of fun hanging out with you all. Pokeballer Mike, Glalie Games, Surge, Ren and Friends, Elite for Meeks. And I know there's a lot of others in there as well. Reverse Fletchinder. Summer Eevee popped in for a little bit as well. Non-holo Pinsir. All right, 2 more packs to go. What can we get? Bonus content, says Pokemachine. 18-hour stream. One day I'll do a 24-hour stream. How about that? I'll say that. One day, I don't know when, but one day I'll do a 24-hour stream. I think that would be a lot of fun to see. Yo, we got the Swift Chancellors in the chat saying Lamau to Wild Bill. Let's go. The Chancellor is here. What is up, Swift Chancellor? How are you doing, my guy? Just tuning in at the last 2 packs here. Can we get some luck for the Swift Chancellor? That'd be awesome to see. Feebas, Hitmonchan, Slackoff hanging in there. Reverse Rare Regieleki. What is behind it? Yo, another VMAX. That is a nice hit. Duraludon VMAX. So that one's going into the giveaway pile as well. Nice hit there. That is awesome to see. And now we got 1 more pack to open up. Alice Isles says, Michael, Miguel, LOL. Catchaball says, Pokeballer Mike, late night Discord calls are what I look forward to at the end of a long day. Yes, I'm going to have to hang out in them more often because that was a ton of fun. Electric Energy. Pokeballer Mike says, AlbinoManatee actually saw a similar type of deal for some Ancient Origins blisters, but didn't pull the trigger, and then it was gone the next day. LOL. Pokeballer Mike, I know that feeling all too well. I was looking at another Breakpoint auction, and that's actually literally exactly what happened to me. And I said, all right, the next one, I am winning no matter what, even if I have to stake this one out for a week. And that's what I did. Dwebble. Rufflet. Last pack. Are we going to get some last pack magic? Reverse Dino, Reverse Dragon Boy. And what do we got? Last pack. We do! Ending it on a Salamence. And you know what? Since we ended it on a Salamence, I'll say one of the PSA 10 cards that I bought that I'll be giving away is a PSA 10 Rainbow Salamence, because I know we got some Dragon Boy fans in the channel, so definitely excited to get that one and give that one away. But also we'll be giving away this beautiful Dragon Boy Salamence holo, and nice to end on a hit. So that is awesome. I'm going to do a recap of all of the cards that we got from today's opening. Raichu, Trevenant VMAX, Umbreon V, Espeon VMAX, Duraludon VMAX, Salamence Holo, and an Arctovish V. So very nice to get all of those. And a Galarian Articuno Holo. Awesome to get all of those cards to add into the giveaway pile, which, if you want to see the current status of the giveaway pile, we've also got a full art Glaceon. We've got a full art Rayquaza, another full art Rayquaza, a gold Turffield Stadium, a gold Turffield Stadium, and these 3 VMAXs as well. So that's the current. And there's a lot more Vs and Holos on top of that as well. I just don't show them all off every stream, but that is the current giveaway pile, plus a sealed booster box when we hit 500 subscribers. So super stoked to give away all of those. And now for the final part of the video of the stream before we all head over to PokeSurge, who should be just going live right now. We're going to drop some code cards, so hope y'all get some good luck on the code cards. If you do snag some, let me know if you snag something fun from the code cards. I always love to know what other pulls people get. Let's go. Jimmy D says, Albino, love the channel, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Jimmy D. I've really been enjoying your content as well. Thank you for the kind words, Jimmy D. I appreciate that. Ketchup says, got that Boyo-chan all caps energy. Yes, absolutely. Love us some Boyo-chan. Pokey and Fun says, Pokeballer Mike, you see Rev open up one of those XY trainer boxes. They now up about $7,500 today. I wanted one after I see yours, but was waiting get through the holidays. Ooh, let's go, Pokey and Fun. Sounds awesome. Skylar TCG says, awesome opening. Thank you, Skylar. Let's go. Poke Machine says, booster box. That is going to be awesome to give away. Ketchumall says, I was going to buy a Pokemon pack, but realized I have one. Let's go, Ketchumall. What you get? Ketchumall, I see you, bro, says Alice Isles. Poke Machine says, milk. Let's go. Let's go. So that is going to be it for today's stream. And now I'm going to drop Surge's link in there in the comments one more time in the chat. I hope you all had a wonderful time in the stream. Thank you so much. I had a fantastic time today. Definitely enjoyed my time with you all. Love sharing off the PowerPoint. Hope y'all enjoyed it and love opening up some Pokemon packs with you all. Peace out, and I hope y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow when we've got mail time, and I'm going to be opening up a UFC Chronicles blaster box and some UFC Legend autographs and memorabilia. So super excited for that as well. Peace out, everyone. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Hope you have a beautiful day.